What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are back on DB, just doing a little more testing. This time I decided to move over to DB just because I wanted to do a best of 3. And in my opinion, the player base is actually a little bit better over on DB. You gotta think about your plays more. So this is the deck list we decided to use. We're doing 1 Master, 2 Slime, 3 Fairy, 1 Armor, 3 Archfiend, 3 Dragon, 1 Cerberus. Still on the fence about if I actually like having this. Sometimes it comes up, sometimes it's nice if you already have Archfiend in hand, then you can just reveal Cerberus and Slime and always get a good hit. And then we're on 3 Dungeon, 1 Terraforming, 3 Maker, and then 2 Room. I used to play 3, but I think at this point it's fine at 2. And then we got 2 triple attacks, 2 thrusts, and then for hand traps we have 2 Nibiru, 3 Veiler, 3 Imperm, and 3 Ash. And then I really do like the Vernusylph engine, so that's what we're going to be using today. We're playing 3 of the Misting Seedling, 2 of the Flowering Hills, and then 1 Thawing Mountain. In the extra deck we got 1 Zeus, 1 Downard, 1 Nightingale, 1 number 13. We're playing 1 Throne, 2 Giant. And then if we go to our links, we have 1 IP, 1 SP, 1 Anima, 1 Nightmare Phoenix, 1 Unicorn. And then since we're playing the Vernusylphs, I decided to put a few more Earth cards in the side just in case. So we're playing the 1 Downer. I don't know how you actually want to say this. Probably it's just Donner. And Saryuja. There's not very many good Earths, and I was just kind of sitting at 14 cards in my extra deck, and I was like, what is a good option? It was either going to be a second Throne or just something random. And so Saryuja can come up. If you have enough bodies and you really want to see your hand traps, you can go into that. And then 1 Underworld Goddess, just to get rid of some problematic board pieces. Looking in the side, we're playing 3 Dark Ruler No More, 1 of each of the Malcharmies. I try to build it a little bit more as to what I would be playing in person, because I'm definitely not going to be getting 3 of this card. It's going to be way too expensive. So I'm probably going to pull 1, hopefully, fingers crossed. So that's going to be in the side for crossouts. It should be 3 crossouts. I'm not sure what I would want to get rid of though. And then we're on 3 Shifter. Just in case the opponent's deck would really die to it, then I'm going to side out the Vernusylph stuff for Shifter. And then I put something new in. We're going to put 2 Awakening the Forest Vernusylphs in, because it can dump an Earth monster. A Earth Barrier statue, which gets dumped off of that. And then the Awaken of the Possessed Earth. All it does is you get rid of a face-up spellcaster and a level 4 lower Earth, special it from deck. Then when specialed, you can special summon a level 4 lower monster from the grave and negate its effects. And then when it goes to grave, it searches for the Earth Art, which tributes an Earth to summon a level 4 lower Earth from the grave. So that's how we're getting to the barrier statue. It's the first time I used it was this duel. You'll actually see that I forget to put the Earth Art in the deck. But yeah, the dude was really chill. He helped me proxy it. So let's get into it. Alright, we're in a game against Homespore, maybe Homespore 165. We end up losing the die roll, but he makes us go first, so we can assume it's Tenpai. Opening hands, we have Room, Imperm, Veiler, Maker, and Cerberus, so only 1 starter. And they have Hydra, Lightning Storm, Fruaros, Terraforming, and Sangan Summoning. So their hands are pretty good. They got 2 of the same card though, but they have a Board Breaker and the best hand trap in the game. So we're going to get to main phase. Activate the Maker, he'll chain the Fruaros. Now that he's guaranteed a draw. So we're going to reveal Dragon and the Archfiend, give him the Archfiend, and we get Dragon. He draws into Genroku. Not a good draw. Special that out, use the effect to grab the field spell, because it's the only piece we're missing at this point. Use the field spell to grab. He's just asking questions how this was specialed off the Maker. We're going to grab Fairy. Use the Fairy effect to special summon itself to his side of the field. Then we're going to use the Cerberus normal summon. The reason I put Fairy on their side of the field is because I want to turn off stuff like their Genroku or the Fire one. So we're just going to go for a Nightingale. Just because it is probably Tenpai at this point. Main decking Ferraros. Which a lot of decks actually are just main decking this in general just because it's so powerful. But he also made us go first, so there's no reason not to assume that it's Tenpai. So he draws for turn, gets Kaiman, and then he drew Hydra off of the Charmy draw. So he's going to Lightning Storm our back row. We're going to summon out the Master so that we can flip something on his side of the field and get a little bit of follow-up, grabbing the Dragon. He's going to start with the field spell. Then he decides to just flip these up himself, which is a little bit weird in my opinion. There's nothing forcing him to flip this up, so I'm not sure why he wanted to do this. This Fairy's going to turn off a Genroku if he searches it, or the Fire one, or anything he special summons off of Kaiman. And then he uses the Archfiend as well. Really not sure why he would let me draw into a possible hand trap. He might just think that that he can't normal summon, because he didn't seem to know the matchup too terribly well. So he's going to start with the Hydra, grabbing out another of the Quick Play. And now he's just going to add the Chandra, discarding the Genroku. Use the Chandra effect to special summon, so now this card cannot use its effect on field. So he's going to go to end main, battle. In battle phase, I use the Nightingale. So that's going to get beat over. As you see, I take the damage without thinking. Add that back. It's going to beat over. Use the Quick Play to search Fadra. Special out the Fadra, can't use this effect either. So his only way to get to plays is making the level 7. Beats over our Master. Use the effect to Synchro Summon. Summons out Bident. Bident summon back the Fadra. Fadra effect to special summon out the Genroku. So now the only thing on field yet is the Chandra that cannot activate. Uses the Genroku to tribute special summon out. Not too sure why he did that. I like that's just an extra body. Use the effect, summons out another Fadra. So I'm going to... Well, I know from later in the build that he does play more than one Genroku, so I'm not sure why he doesn't special that out. Just have that in seals. It goes into seals here. Tries to go into an SP, but he's dragon locked due to the Bident Dragon. Tell him he realizes, he goes back. Sets 1, attempts to pass. I choose to Nibiru here, just so that he only has the one dragon left on field from the seals effect when it's tributed, rather than him having all this set up already. And the seals already checks the Nightingale, so there's no reason for me to want to keep that. Yep, so now he's just going to end on the Genroku. Summons the token in the Anima Zone. And he's just confirming the amount. And yeah, I confirm with him that I want it in the Anima Zone. So we're gonna start with Dragon effect to grab the Maker. Use the Maker effect, because I'm still not sure what this is. This is technically an unknown, because he already used the one Sangen Kaiman that I didn't know about. So I want to play around that being something that would get rid of my my field spell. That's why I don't search for Archfiend to get a guaranteed hit. So I reveal Archfiend and Slime, and I missed the 50 on that, especially not the Slime. I'm just thinking about what I want to do. I go for a Giant effect, grabbing a Fairy. Use the Fairy effect to special summon. Link that off for an Anima effect to take the token. Then we're going to use the Anima plus the Nibiru for an SP, because I want to force this back row, see what it actually is. So if it was an Imperm or something, I don't want to commit my Giant pop effect yet. So I'm just going to use the effect to summon out Hydra from hand. Using the effect, and then I chain the SP effect targeting itself in the Genroku. Because if he doesn't chain this, then I can just beat over this. So he's going to use the effect, which is good for me. Bring out the Chandra, and grabbing the last Sangen Kaiman out of the deck. Then we're going to go Field Spell effect, searching the armor, because it's the last special summon I have. Then I use the effect to pop, which honestly I should have just used armor on his side of the field and got a pop too, but I didn't think about it. So I just pop the Chandra there. And then I'm starting to realize that I misplayed what I want to do here, because this armor actually doesn't do much anything. So I just go battle. This is just going to be a Zeus play. I could have gone SP plus the armor to make Unicorn, and then Unicorn spin back the field spell, but I already do know that he has the Sangen Kaiman in hand. Flip over, use the effect of Archfiend. I won't use the actual effect, but it does trigger, because it is a mandatory effect. But he doesn't know that. I have to tell him, main phase only. Go to our main phase 2, go downward Zeus. That way, if he destroys something on our side of the field, maybe through battle, I can use the Zeus effect to attach and have another wipe. If I pass, he draws Lightning Storm, and he just submits defeat there. Actually, I should have looked at his graveyard. He might be pretty much out of names, so if I Zeus wipe, it's kind of over for him. He chooses to make us go first again. And we see that I did side in the Barrier Statue engine. Opening hands, we have Archfiend, Veiler, Awakening Force, Maker, and Armor. They have Sangen Kaiman, Genroku, Mulcharmy Perulia, Lightning Storm, and another Genroku. So draw phase, he's going to drop the Perulia. I use the Maker effect. I hit the Slime on his side, and add the Cerberus on our side, because we already had the Archfiend in hand, so I want a guarantee hit. And then I'm just thinking, I decide not to use the effect of special from hand. So instead I like to go for Awakening of the Forest, discarding itself plus the Archfiend and dumping the Barrier Statue, and then special out the Archfiend from the grave. Use the Archfiend effect to flip over the Slime. Slime effect, we're going to get the Dragon. The Dragon effect will activate here, grabbing us the Field Spell. Activate Field Spell. Search, we still have not used our normal summon at this point. But there's no good normal summon to really search, other than maybe a Master. But we can get to that off of Throne, and not give them a draw. So I go into Anima using the slime, and then I send Anima plus the Archfiend to summon out the Narfarious Archfiend. Use that effect to summon back one of the level 1s. That effect is negated. Otherwise, if it wasn't negated, I would have just summoned out the barrier, because that would have played around Nib. But it doesn't work like that, so we're just going to summon out level 1. Overlay for the giant Mimighoul. Use that effect to grab the trap. Link these two off for an IP. Declare the effect of the possessed. Yep, I realized that I forgot to put the trap in. But he was really nice, let me proxy it. So we're just going to use this Imperm because I don't have any other traps in the deck other than the other room. But I do need an Earth monster on the field to be able to tribute for this. And I don't want to risk him having, say, a Ash Blossom for the room, because then I can't do anything with the trap. So I do have to give him one draw off of the Corellia. But we got really close to not having to give him anything. He forgets that the Corellia happened because I've been playing around it the whole time. Then he gets a draw and he draws into the Dominus Impulse, which really sucks for me. And then draws into Chandra. So now he goes to main phase 1. I don't shotgun anything. Lightning Storm. Chainlink 1, we're going to go Room. Do special, he says that's okay. And then I go the effect of the Earth Art, attributing the Cerberus. And then he drops the Impulse, which is super bad. But honestly would not have been the end of the world until I decide to be dumb and I give him the dragon because I just completely blanked that I would not be able to use the effect. Yep, so the back row gets removed. And he's playing special summons the Chandra here. I say on special summon of the Chandra, I'm going to use the Maker effect. And then right here, yep, I'm realizing that the Impulse restriction is going to stop me from blowing up his board. So luckily he let me go back, because it honestly would have been bad for me. I'm going to lose no matter what here, but having another dragon on his field is probably not the best thing to do. Yep, he's just chit-chatting with me about it. So he's going to Genroku bring out the Hydra. So this dragon should have been special summoned on our side of the field, and then got another field spell for follow-up. But his hand's all gas at this point. So I decide to negate the Hydra, because I don't want him to have Kaiman or the field spell. That's just extra extension. At this point, I should already know that I'm dead. He doesn't even need the quick play. He goes bite it effect, bring back. Brings back the Hydra, and then uses both of them to go into the 10 to stop me from using battle phase effects. And then he drops the Kaiman, and I just scoop her up. And then I'm just telling him that I'm playing a Dark Ruler No More in, as the proxy for the trap. Choose to go first. Opening ends, we have Room, Maker, Archfiend, Fairy, Slime, all engine. And then he has Chandra, Hydra, Magnemite, Troll, and Kaiman. I'm not too sure why I put Magnemite in. I don't play any lights or darks other than Valor and number 13, but he hasn't seen that yet. So we're going to start off with the Maker. None of these really do too much. I mean, we do have the Slime plus Archfiend, but I wanted to see what I was going to get off the Maker. So I revealed another Slime and Dragon, specialing out the Archfiend. Archfiend effect chain link 1, and he's going to drop Drool, because Maker does add to hand first before its specials. I mean, obviously, because it special summons anything else. Because we do still have the dragon. And he's going to flip that up, use the effect. I'm just going to special summon the Master. Because I'm just going to do Nightingale, Master, and then set a couple of my dudes. Oh, I don't name my dudes over there. Wonder why I didn't do that. Oh, I know why I didn't do it. Because I'm not dying anyways, but I might as well just keep all the bodies. Because these are both extenders. Slime not nearly as good with an extender, but still an extender. And he's probably just going to beat over anything I put up anyways. So the most I would get out of this is having a slime flip over and giving me another field spell for follow-up. But I just selected it wasn't nearly as worth it. So he's just going to Hydra, bring out the field spell, summon out the Chandra. Just thinking. He just decides to go to battle. On the attack deck, I decide to flip over the room. So I want to book Moon one of these. Because if he doesn't have the Sangan Kaiman, then he can't do anything. Then Chainlink 2, I do Nightingale. So I'm going to give him Dragon again. And then I'm going to book a Moon and the Chandra. And yeah, right here I'm just saying, I should have actually done the Nightingale as Chainlink 1, because if he has something like a Droplets to negate it, then if I Chainlink 2, well, in this case it'd be Chainlink 3 the room, I can book a Moon my own Nightingale and still have the effect resolve. But I didn't do that, obviously. He attacks into the Master, but it can't be destroyed because he controls a set card, a set monster. And then he drops the Kaiman. So now another Chandra. Attack with the Chandra effect. We'll bring out a Genroku, I believe. Oh, nope, he decides to go for a Fadra. He's going to use the effect of Hydra to Synchro Summon. Brings out a Samurai Destroyer. That way he can get over the Master. And not get to main phase 2 where I can just flip Dragon. And then blow up his entire board. I just asked him what locked him. I knew that something locked him into dragons, but I wasn't sure what it was. So he's going to use Samurai, go over the Master to gain its effects. And he's going to get the effect of Hydra, summon back the Chandra. He just goes for main phase 2, doesn't want to Synchro Summon again. Into a Bident, which honestly probably would have not been the worst decision. Bident summon back out something like a Hydra, and then turn those into a Seals on his turn. That way if I attack more than 3 times, or 3 times in general, he can just Bident bring back. He just decides not to do anything with these. Honestly, not too bad of a decision. This plays around me having like an Ash Blossom. Because he has Seals and use Seal effect, and then I mash that. He won't get the summon out. I draw Veiler for turn. Gonna go Dragon search for the field spell. Use the Fairy to special summon. Overlay for our Giant Mimighoul. Giant Mimighoul effect. Search for the room. I'm going to use the Giant Mimighoul to pop. I'm going to pop the field spell plus the Fadra. Get rid of those. The reason I did it like that was I was initially thinking that the Tenpai cards only triggered when a dragon monster battles. So I was thinking I could just turn this Nightingale into attack and attack directly, and then Zeus the whole board. But that's not how it works. It's just if anything it attacks. Yeah, I'm just making a joke timing around. Activate the field spell. Field spell, search for another name. search for armor. Because at this point, I need to be able to clear the Chundra. So I'm going to use armor special and then slime special for 3. So he has more, I can special it to my side. Overlay these for number 13. I use the effect, and he emits defeat. But this would have flipped the dragon to pop this entire board. And then I can go battle Zeus over something. And then Zeus probably would have went over like giant Mimighoul here. No reason not to. This can still do something on my opponent's turn with the room. And Nightingale's going to ensure I live another turn. We would have got Dragon back. Turn that into... probably don't need to make an SP or anything. Probably would have been IP here. And then Zeus over Crime. Keep the Nightingale up. And that would have been good. And when this resolves, he still would not have a light or dark anywhere. So the Magnamut wouldn't be able to summon to block anything. So right now he's taking 25, 200, 27, 32, 45 here. And then IP, Zeus, Nightingale to ensure I survive, plus room and a Veiler. Yeah, he's definitely not going to be able to beat that. So yeah, that's going to do it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, leave a like, subscribe, leave me a comment if you like the DV videos more, or if you like the smoothness that you get from YGO Omega. But yeah, thanks. Have a great day, guys.